right, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Huckes. This is Your Best Life Defined. How in the hell are you doing today? One more day. I'm one more day closer to being 75. That sucks. I was doing the math on that the other day. I'm thinking to myself, damn, I'm gonna have like 15 years when I turn 60 in November. I'll have 15 years of good living, and then if I hit 75, then I think it's probably gonna go to crap from there. But I mean, when you think about it, I'm out of time, right? I'm out of time. I guess that's why I'm so thankful that I've managed to actually get my relationship with my wife and with my family, with my kids. It's all online. It's all on track, And I think back, how did that happen? How does that happen? Well, the big transition for me was when I stopped being so selfish. That's that me syndrome that we tend to get into with our lives. I did it an ugly sort of way. I went on the dark side. I actually decided that life sucked, and I had this justification for why I was able to be angry and mean and pissed off, and that everybody should just accept that. And when I really took a look at it, what I was doing was being selfish. I was the most important person in the room, and what I felt and what I was going through was worse than anyone else could ever go through, and that was justification for me being an asshole. Was it true? No. Doesn't work. Does not work at all. What I'm finding is the more I give, the more I spend thinking about you and about the people around me and about how I can make other people's lives better, the better my life gets. It's not about taking, it's about giving. I think that's where I have the heartburn. I have a heartburn with a lot of the media platforms that we have out there. It's about what I can get, what you can get from me, right? I have this. The numbers are going up on LinkedIn. I have a lot of connections now, and there are a lot of really. I'm not judging from the standpoint of the quality of people, but we've gotten into this habit to where the motivation behind our actions is what we can get. I experienced that early on. So I hit LinkedIn with gangbusters, right? And like gangbusters, because I had like, I don't know how many podcasts already done, so probably 200 before I ever logged into LinkedIn. I started throwing my podcasts up, and I got a consistency about me that represents maybe some reliability, right? So people start following me, and before I know it, I'm getting asked all these questions, and I'm given all these offers, right? And what these people don't realize is that I'm not selling anything, and I'm not interested in buying anything. Woke up one day, I retired from the federal prison, and I realized after 23 and a half years of trying to help guys in prison figure it out, how to get them on this same path to being inspired by the life they live so they don't step off that cliff and end up back in prison. I got to thinking, well, after all this time, why wouldn't I transfer this to everyone else? Because in a lot of ways, people in prison are just like the rest of us. They make choices and there are consequences, right? You make choices and there are consequences. It was when I started giving. It was when I started giving that things actually started changing for me. The biggest thing that changed is how I feel about what I'm doing and how much I appreciate the life that I live, right? Think about a relationship. The day I stopped being selfish, and what I mean by that is, let me give you a little scenario here, and it's the foundational move. I mean, there are moments in my life when things have actually taken a new direction, and one of them was in our relationship when I had listened to Brene Brown and her book, The Power of Vulnerability, for the third time. And I just decided in my life that it was time for me to let go of the anger and do things differently. The struggle I had with that was that by doing so, what I was doing was I was relinquishing control, and it was actually taking more burden on for myself. Me and my wife, we were going through the same song and dance that most couples go through when there are issues and we're trying to work it out. But instead of me responding the way I normally did, which was to be angry and to be frustrated and to shut the conversation down, right? I opened myself up to give my wife the opportunity to ask something of me, to give something to my wife at her request. Instead of me being angry and mad because she's upset, I said, what do you need? What can I do to help you with this situation? What can I do to help us with this situation? Well, when you ask those kind of questions, guess what happens? They're loaded with obligation. You're opening the door for someone to actually tell you what they need, and now you become obligated to take that action. I wouldn't do it any other way. And had I known this 40 years ago, I have no idea where my life would be because of it. Selfishness doesn't work. Selfishness, and it doesn't always look like this, no, I won't share with you. Selfishness is when instead of engaging your family, you decide to take care of your own needs first, and you go hide in your basement and play video games while your partner's out on the grill, while your partner's out trying to help the kids get the homework done or trying to get the lawnmower going. Selfishness is when the dishes need to be done, the vacuum needs to be done, the laundry needs to be done, and you choose to sit on your phone and surf YouTube instead of helping him or her out. And guess what? It doesn't work. You know what it does? It builds resentment. You know, I kind of have this thing, if the people in my life aren't a pleasure, if it doesn't add value to my life to have certain people in my life, they don't get to be in my life. I'm not angry. I'm not an asshole because of that. But if you're so selfish that when you come to into my life, you can't put the effort forward to make that experience a positive experience, why would I invite you there? It's selfishness. Selfishness. The idea that when you have someone over, you invite someone into your life, and then what they do is they argue with you about political points that don't matter to either one of you. You could go the whole day without ever saying anything on those points and nothing would change, or you could spend the whole day arguing about those points and nothing changes. It doesn't matter except for how you interact with each other. That's selfishness. Oh, I want to be heard. I want to be right. You can do it that way. And if you have a lot of drama in your life, if you have a lot of conflict in your life, guess what? You probably are doing it that way. If you have people in your life you've alienated yourself from simply because you can't get along, are you solely responsible? Maybe not. Probably not. Because, again, this is a concept that a lot of people just have never, ever really considered. The reason you fight with your partner or you fight with anyone in your family is because of selfishness. Someone wants something someone else won't give them. They want you to agree with them. They want you to tell them they're right. Right? Selfishness doesn't work. I believe that the universe is based on positive energy and negative energy. I believe people who follow the path of positive energy have positive energy come to them because we attract what we become, right? I have a conversation with a homeless dude, and what's funny is I talk to homeless people because the world doesn't talk to homeless people. They're different than us, right? But no, they're not. And it's cool to make a connection. I'll see some guy tatted up. He's got the tear under his eye, and you can see he's down and out, or at least what my perception is, he's down and out. And then you get to talking to him, and he's like, well, yeah, being homeless kind of sucks in a way, but there's some freedom involved. I don't have anybody telling me what to do. I'm not consistently working for the man. Yeah, I mean, I have to go every once in a while and make some money, and I do the things I do, but only reason we don't? Judgments, selfishness, right? I don't know. If you want to change something about your life, if you want to make your life better, stop thinking about you. Try stepping out from the concept of give more, get more, right? Give more, get more. The whole world is full of salesmen. I like I said, I go back to LinkedIn because it just is ironic. It's so ironic. It's like I show up in LinkedIn and people show up in LinkedIn and to someone I'm a fish. I mean, and there's these sharks out there that are really good at what they do, at selling me things that I don't really need and telling me how great it's going to make my life, which it's probably not, because the struggle you have with anything that someone sells you, especially when it comes to, I think there's a big push right now for life coaches. Life coaching is the big thing right now, right? Everybody's a life coach. And I think it's ironic that there's all these life coaches out there, and yet no one's life seems to be changing. I mean, think about it. Do you know anyone who actually is under the guidance of a life coach who's actually making remarkable changes in their life? I don't. And yet the world, I mean, as far as LinkedIn goes, or maybe it's just the circle I'm in, but everyone's a life coach. I guess in a way maybe I am too, but I'm not asking you for $3,000 in order for me to tell you what you need to do or to give you guidance. All you have to do is tune into the podcast, right? Which is, I don't know, I think that's a pretty good deal, don't you? So, if you want to open up the doors on your life, if you want to change directions for your life, especially with the interactions you have with people around you, try being less selfish. Forget about you for a while. Forget about what you want, what makes you feel good, where you want to be in your life. And look at those people around you and say, and think to yourself, what can I do for them to make their life better? I do it every day. I do it every day. I mean, even in this, I spend time out. I spend way more time than some people think I probably should, but I spend a lot of time out asking myself questions about why I say the things I do and are the things I'm saying true. And more than that, how I can help you capture that adventure, that amazing side of your life that inspires you to be able to say, hell yeah, we did it. Look what we did. We got it. Let's do it again, right? Get excited about something, right? I'm not being selfish here. I don't have any reason to be. I'm exactly where I want to be. You know, I actually woke up this morning, I was thinking, what do I want? And to be honest with you, other than to get back out on the road and to see more of life and to not die too soon, there's not really anything I need. Anything I want, except for maybe the occasional message. Hey, thanks. Thanks for taking the time, right? Try being less selfish. Give more. Tell your partner, hey, sit down, I'll do the dishes. Sit down, I'll put the kids to bed. Hey, go take a bath. I got this, right? Because it's when you give that we grow. It's within the gifts that we share with the world that gifts come back to us. I truly believe that. And if you take a look at our history with Sandy and I being married when she was 16, I was 18, and the struggle we faced and where we are now with us both retiring at 54 years old, debt-free, it works. It works. And it's almost a straight up shot for me. Because I can't lose at this. You can't lose when you use kindness as your platform. You can't lose when giving is the foundation of where you live your life, doing the right thing all the time. Start there. Do something for someone else and just revel in the experience of it, of actually impacting the life of someone else, and you will never turn back to you again. Because you're not the most important person in the world. And if you want to make a difference, if you want to be remembered, if you want people to recognize you for who you are and the impact you've had, it comes with giving. It isn't with what you can take. So, I don't know, guys. I keep running back and forth on this one. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but the truth is that success, happiness, living your best life comes from a platform of kindness. It comes from a platform of giving. And if you're selfish, it's not going to work. If the goal in every one of your actions is what you can get for what you do, you're going to get some stuff. There's no doubt about it. The question is, how does it feel? How's it feel? I wake up every day energized. I wake up some days and I doubt myself. And even within that doubt, I realize that I'm on the right path because it feels right. It feels good to do what I do. If it feels great to do what you're doing, if it feels great to wake up to your life every day, if you're energized and you're inspired to even do more with this opportunity you're given, you're on the right track. But if you wake up and you're struggling, if you wake up and you're asking yourself questions like, why am I here? When does it end? How can I make it better? I don't know. Take a look around. There are all kinds of people, not just me. There are all kinds of people out there that are giving you the same advice. It's the same story and over and over again. When we connect with who we are, the things that are produced by that are connected to us. So keep that in mind. Let's not forget the kindness. And as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.